Hi, my name is Josh Dingus, and today I'm going to be talking to you about horror films and why we shouldn't watch them. What exactly is a horror film? Well, according to Google, it states that horror is a film genre that seeks to elicit a negative emotional reaction from a viewer by playing on their fears. Heavenly Father, He loves us, and He doesn't want us to have negative or impure feelings or thoughts. He wants us to feel joy and peace, love. And so in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8 in the Bible, it says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things." So if according to Google, horror films are negative and they try to portray negative emotions in your brain, why would Heavenly Father want us to participate in that? Part of the reason that Heavenly Father gives us the Spirit is to provide us feelings of joy and peace and love. In fact, those are all feelings that horror films do not typically give you. They try to give you the opposite feeling. Sometimes we feel a thrill when we're watching a horror film, but that's not to be mistaken with joy. Let's talk about some of the things that we see in horror films. We see demonic and devil-like images. Movies like Jason, or movies where you see little kids with their heads twisting around in creepy ways. Those are images that Heavenly Father doesn't want us to see. In fact, in 1 Thessalonians 5:22, it says, "Abstain from all appearance of evil." The Lord doesn't say to seek it out. He says to avoid it. Get away from it. Stay away. And so we see a lot of things in other movies. We see murderers and psychos and gore. And we see in movies like Freddy Krueger or Jason or Saw or Scream, there's these psycho killers going around and they're killing people, but they're not killing people as patriots or in defense of their country or self-defense. They're just killing people. And the Lord doesn't want us to see that. The Bible teaches us that thou shalt not kill. And so even though we may not be killing, we're just kind of watching someone murder people for no reason whatsoever. And it's kind of putting those bad images in our brain. We want to avoid that. We see images of children doing evil and demonic things, like in The Omen or The Ring or Chucky. Movie like Chucky, you see these little kids and they're doing horrible things to people and killing people, and they're causing heartache to people. And Heavenly Father views children as pure. He wants us to become like little children. He wants us to become like the children that are opposite of what we see in these horror films. These horror films portray children as nasty, evil people, but really they're not. In fact, children are pure. It says in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2, "As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby." In other words, Heavenly Father wants us to find pure and healthy things to focus on. One advocate or adversary versus a horror film states that the gruesome means by which movie makers attempt to shock our consciences usually involves an abundance of carnage and bloodshed. The problem is, however, that it takes more and more to shock seared consciences these days, which means the level of depravity is continually on the rise to accommodate our increasing desensitization to hardcore gore and evil. The negative images that these films portray, they're only going to get worse. They're never going to get better. And those images, they cause damage. One AP psychologist teacher, Heidi Mathers, she's a professional in psychology. She stated that things that horror movies cause effects that horror movies have on us, they can cause sleeplessness, which, speaking from experience, I've had that from horror movies. Always worrying, is something under my bed? Oh my gosh, is something in my closet? Or I have a nightmare because of something I watch. It can cause anxiety, causes plays on things like your past experiences or past traumas that have happened. It can cause anxiety. The University of Wisconsin in Madison states that children under 14 who watch horror movies end up having increased chances of developing anxiety conditions later in adulthood. And of course, other things that the movies can cause are paranoia, irrational fears, interest in the paranormal or demonology, which are things that we want to avoid. Again, Thessalonians states, avoid all appearance of evil. We don't want to seek it. And things that aren't psychologically healthy for the mind. So, if Heavenly Father has given us agency and we have the ability to choose to watch something good or to watch something bad, what would we want to do? Do we want to expose ourselves to things that are going to harm us spiritually or things that are going to uplift us? We have the opportunity to choose good movies that can uplift, inspire, and encourage us to follow Christ. We can find movies that don't disrupt the spirit. And something that I wanted to bring up is on my 2-year service mission, there were some things that the White Handbook or the Rule Book stated to focus on when listening to music. And I think it can be applied to movies as well. It says, does it invite the spirit? Can the spirit dwell with us if we're listening to it? Does it direct our thoughts in a pure and Christ-like approved manner? Does the movie merely entertain? Is it going to provide you anything that's going to make you a better person? If it doesn't, don't watch it. I can't think of a single horror movie that's made me want to be a better person. Does the movie pull your thoughts away from your covenants from the Lord? Does the movie dull your spiritual sensitivity by its language or content? If so, we need to avoid those things. We need to stay away from them. And we need to make ourselves in a position where if we were to watch a movie, including horror movies, any movie, would we feel comfortable with the Lord sitting next to us watching it? If not, don't watch it. I guarantee you that the Lord would never feel comfortable watching really any horror movie next to you. In fact, he would want to turn it off because it's not the type of images that he would want for you. So don't watch horror movies. Find something that can uplift you and encourage you and inspire you. Thank you so much.